What up, my fellow Earth Salters? What's going on? It has been a day, huh? Apparently, to double down on her appeal of concentration camps and whatnot, AOC toured one of these facilities and, in perfect overtired 6-year-old fashion, threw a temper tantrum from one end of the place to the other that is on record. I don't understand how this crazy woman still holds office, but after today, she really should be run out on a rail. Apparently, in the middle of a detention center, she started screaming and throwing a fit, pitching a fit, and, acting like a 6-year-old who just got told she couldn't go to the play place after she finished her Happy Meal in the middle of a detention facility in an already tense situation. Because that's what grown-ups do, right? Yeah, because she's a genius, because New York is so smart voting that dipshit in. But, yeah, so apparently she pitched a fit and screamed and moaned through the hallways. She was heard under her breath saying that all these guys in here are going to F me. You look like a walking stick bug with googly eyes, honey. Calm down, right? And, and then a couple of the guards were in their office where they spend their downtime, when she's not there on a day-to-day basis. And they were talking and laughing, and she screamed at them, "Are you laughing at me?" And now these two guys who were just working a shift are now under investigation because Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was in the building that day. And apparently you're not allowed to laugh around the left. You laugh around the left, you either get a pipe over your head or, you're put under investigation. So that's fun for today, That's your government, people. That's your government right now. That's where we're at. That's our government right now. Some crazy, spoiled 20-something-year-old who can barely mix a drink gets to tour a detention facility wherein she causes multiple scenes and now has 2 people put under investigation for sharing a laugh at work. All on the week of the 4th of July. Don't you feel free, America? Don't you feel free, guys? Your taxpayers pay this crazy bimbo's salary. And on top of that, the left wing is continuing to double down on defending what happened this weekend in Portland, with the Antifa thing. I'm glad to hear a lot of conservative talking mouths finally saying that lethal self-defense should be employed against these people. I didn't want to be the only one out there saying that, because then you look kind of crazy, I do the bug-eyed thing on purpose. It's to drive a point home. But really, I'm glad I'm not the only one saying that, these guys should be laid out in the street and not be allowed to get back up. But yeah, that's where we're at leading up to July 4th so far in the news cycle. A couple quick facts about presidential hopeful Kamala Harris's dastardly, low-down attack on Joe Biden. And anybody who makes me defend Joe Biden should be buried with a stake of holly in their heart and boiled in their own pudding. So here's the thing, right? She played the Condoleezza Rice card. Condoleezza Rice actually lived in the segregated South. She actually was subjected to democratic racism growing up as a child and overcame it and is the amazing woman she is today. Kamala Harris, his parents, aren't black. No offense, guys, but they're not black. And they were both foreign nationals, so she's not an African American. So A, she's not black, B, she's not an African American. And C, during this whole thing where she tried to talk about the segregation and how she was just a little girl victim on the bus and Mr. Joe Biden, he wasn't going to let me on the bus. She was in Canada with her mother after her parents got divorced. She didn't come here until she went to college. She barely spent any time here. And when she was here, she was in Berkeley, which had been segregated in the early 60s and didn't have the same problems as the other places they were trying to address with the busing issue. So all of it's a lie in like 8 different ways. So that came out this week too. So, yeah, Democrats on a roll, baby. Democrats on a roll. It's crazy out here, guys. And, yeah. So, Democratic debate is looking to be the all-out circus that it looked like it was going to be. And terrorists are running free with almost no police interaction. Apparently, there's going to be an investigation called for to be opened into the mayor of Portland for why he surrendered his city to these terrorists. And that's a good first step. That'll be a good first step. It won't go anywhere, but it'll be a good first step. And then we had Ocasio-Cortez there touring her concentration camps, as she likes to call them, and causing more of a scene than the actual detainees. So usually in a concentration camp situation, you know, like when she was outside the fence, if I don't know how much history you guys have studied, but usually the pictures of the concentration camps in past history, and not just the German concentration camps, but other, you know, the communist camps and everything else, were always lined with people at the fences of the camps, completely malnourished and looking like walking skeletons. Her fence was a parking lot with a couple bored cops and a white pickup truck in it. So, you know, but she's still doubling down that it's a concentration camp. And it's usually the prisoners in the camp who are screaming and wailing, not the magically elected congresswoman who goes into the camps and then causes the scene. So that's how that's going. And now you've got these 2 guys who just thought they were working a shift and are now under investigation because, you know, the googly-eyed genius was there today or whatever. I don't know, y'all. Just a quick update. It's crazy out here. It's crazy. Ocasio-Cortez!